A man is given a bicycle as a gift. This is a distractor. This is, it doesn't matter for this question. He later agrees to sell the bicycle for £25 to a woman, but no payment has yet been made. Is it fatal that no payment has been made, Arun? Does it undermine the circumstance?
This is a consideration which is coming, it's a consideration which is coming, but it's not the key. Depends on the whole question. We have to analyze this. So if you see, he subsequently discovers that the bicycle is worth $390, and he informs the woman that he no longer wishes to sell the bicycle because he was mistaken about its value. So the question here is whether there was a valid contract formed already, and whether payment of the consideration, which is yet to be done, the payment is yet to be done, whether that changes anything to this facts is the question.
Exactly. So let's read it carefully. He later agrees to sell the bicycle for £25 to a woman, but no payment has been made. We know no payment is not a problem. He agrees, means she offered, he accepted, something of that nature, or maybe vice versa. We just need more details. But we know that it's an agreement, and there's a valid consideration. It's legal to sell bicycle. If they intended to buy, he intended to sell, I think there's a contract.
Yeah, and there is a presumption they have the capacity and everything, because the facts is silent, so you don't have to go in depth and ask those questions.
Exactly.
So we can agree that there was a valid contract between two parties, and they were clear on what they are doing. They are selling the bicycle, and he is selling the bicycle, and she is buying it for £25. It doesn't matter whether the value of the bicycle is $390 or $400 or whatever it is, So that is a valid contract.
For sure. So we have 5 options. CDE says there's no contract. You can remove it straight away. Then A says the difference between A and B is that there's executed consideration. And the second says it's sufficient consideration. So sufficient consideration has been promised. So it's a question if it's enough for it to be promised, or it should be already executed consideration. This is when one of the parties fulfilled his obligations. So as we said, we can just promise to pay later. It's fine. It can be different sort of payment, not even payment by money, but by performance of something. So it's not A, because actually it's not executed consideration. She didn't pay yet. Secondly, remember this principle that consideration must be sufficient. It doesn't need to be adequate. So this is why it's so important to know those key concepts, because it basically is another hint which tells you that B is the right answer.